in Windsor, and so I have 3 degrees from the University of Windsor in 3 different fields.
他至少在温莎大学学习了10年，并且在大学期间获得了3个在不同领域的学位证书。
So in addition to this, some of the opportunities that you can get from the university, I was able to take an internship at the local police station. I was able to take an internship with a education group that went to kindergartens and things.
因为他在不同的领域都有建树，所以他可以去当地警察局或者是一些教育的机构去实习。
And then I was also able to write 2 published research papers in different fields of science.
然后他已经写了2篇论文关于 science， 关于科学领域的。
Awesome. Oh. There we go. Okay, so one thing to see for university classes is that they're going to be a lot different from the traditional Chinese high school. So it will be a lot more difficult in the material that you have to do and difficult in the way that you have to complete your assignments.
所以大学的课程和传统意义上的中国的课程是有很大的不同的。从你学习的资料到你要如何完成你的作业，都是大相径庭的。
So one thing in particular is at Canadian universities, the teachers may be very diverse. So they may be from different parts of the world. And with that, they have different accents when speaking and different teaching styles.
由于加拿大的地理环境啊，或者是一些其他要素，在加拿大大学一个非常奇特的一点就是，里面的老师都会特别的不一样，他们可能来自不同的地方，所以他们的教学方法呀都是很不一样的。
And so for the class structure, a lot of things in Canada promote critical thinking and individual research. So it's not going to be rote memory and a lot of teachers saying things and students absorbing it. It will be a lot of the burden is on the students themselves to complete the work.
加拿大的大学主要是注重学生他们自己的一个能力，而不是注重于老师很多的去讲述、去教他们如何做，而是通过他们自己去 apply 他们的批判性思维和独立工作的能力。
And then finally, for difficulty, there's going to be a big change. A lot of the bigger assignments you will have will be focused on group work. So you'd have to communicate with other students, which may be difficult for some. Excuse me.
有很多的作业都是会关于小组合作的，所以你要具备这个能力去和其他的同学合作。
So I understand that in Chinese high schools, it's very time dependent. This may be the case depending on what program you take at a Canadian university.
他说可能在中国的学校，大部分都只注重于自主学习，然后根据你所学的课程的不同，这些也会有不一样的。
So from my personal experience, my first degree was very time heavy. It would be about 12 hours every day at the university. The second degree I took was much less time and much less effort.
所以根据课程不一样，你花的时间在这些项目上也是不一样。他讲述了他第一个学术学位和第二个学位的不同，所以他花时间在第一个学位上就要比第二个要多一些。
So there will be a lot of different types of classes at the university. Some will be focused only on writing a large essay paper. and some will be multiple smaller assignments.
然后它会有不同的形式，就不同的课上会有不同的形式。比如说，有的主要注重于让你写一些论文，但是有的只是让你写一些非常小的写作作业。
And then finally, some are completely focused on completing research at academic levels alongside doctors and other professors. And then some classes are focused on hands-on laboratory training.
有的课程又是关于研究方面的，然后其他又是不同种类的。
Awesome. Okay. So some things that could help students in when they first join the university is establishing a routine for themselves. It might be a bit difficult to balance work life and leisure life when you first start at university.
在你上大学的第一年的时候，可能会有点困难去把你的工作和你的学习上面的时间分开来，然后一般会要制作一个自己的时间表，去列出自己的日程。
In Canada, it's usually encouraged for students to have a part-time job or possibly several part-time jobs. So the universities often offer a lot of opportunity for students to work and help pay for their education.
在加拿大呢，一般鼓励学生去，拥有一个不是 part time，就是拥有一个 part time job，或者是很多个那种，并不是全时，并不是全时的那种工作。然后这些也是可以，就是你运用写在你的那个 resume 上面的。
Almost every university will have multiple locations to study. Some students prefer studying with friends. Some prefer studying by themselves in a quiet area. So a lot of these places will be a local library or even private rooms inside the facilities at the university.
有的学生喜欢和自己的朋友和同学一起学习，但是有的喜欢自主学习。然后在学校里面也有很多，一些比较私人的房间给你去学习，或者是有图书馆供你学习。
So you can even request some smaller rooms at the university that will have teaching assistants that will help students after class with any questions or assignments that they might have.
然后在学校你可以要求拥有一个一个比较私人的教室，然后那里面会有一些助教可以帮助你补一点习，在下课之后。
So as I said before, a lot of the assignments will force students together into groups. So it's a great idea to try to find other classmates that share your thoughts or like-minded so that you can pair with them or study with them to complete projects.
由于有的作业是需要小组合作完成的，所以这也是给你提供了一个机会去和其他的同学一起工作，然后去找到有一样共同兴趣爱好的人，然后跟他们一起学习，一起相处。
So at least from my experience, I visited the University of Windsor, the University of Toronto, and a few other places. Many of these places have a lot of students of multiple nationalities. So if you're looking for a great cultural experience, you can learn a lot from your fellow classmates.
Dodich 先生曾经访问过温莎大学，还有多伦多大学，还有其他的大学。然后，如果你想要更加了解不同民族文化的话，这也是一个很好的机会去了解。
There's many other programs at every university. A lot of these include learning about culture, assisting in finding work, other hobbies you can do, and almost all of them are free to join at the university.
在大学呢，都是有各种各样的课外活动和其他的一些项目你可以去参加的，然后大部分那些项目都是免费的。
Okay. So these can be pretty good because you can often include these on your resume and they can help you find jobs later on in life.
这都是一些很好的经验，然后你也可以把它们写在你的简历上面，然后去让你拥有一个更好、更强的背景。
Okay. So one big thing in Canada and Canadian universities is mental health. So the universities offer a lot of program that can help you manage your stress.
在加拿大在加拿大和加拿大大学都特别注重你的健康，所以在大学里面都会设有一些地方去关注你的健康。
So they take into account, especially if foreign students come to Canada and aren't used to the environment, they have a lot of programs that can help make students feel comfortable and integrated into the classes.
然后那些项目和地方都会帮助你去调节你的心理和生理。
So unlike American universities, the Canadian ones offer a lot of things such as counseling centers, meeting rooms to talk to other students, and if it's really needed, they have doctors that can help for whatever the issues are.
和美国不一样，加拿大大学都会给你提供各种各样的帮助。你可以跟一些 counselor，就是一些顾问，去跟他们一起谈心，或者更严重的话，他们会给你找一个医生，让他来帮助你。
So a big part of Canadian universities are special needs. The universities will be very accommodating to if there's a physical disability or a learning disability or even problems communicating with language.
所以会考虑到，如果你有那个身体上的残疾或者是一些心理原因。
And these are all free, of course. In the need that the students are having a little bit of trouble, they can ask and receive more time to do assignments or different assignments that are better suited for them. Or the professors can even meet them in person to help the students.
考虑到如果他们感到不舒服呀，或者是有一些不太好的状况，他们可以调整，就是提交作业的日期，或者是那些教授和老师都会根据你的情况来帮助你调节你的课程。
So this is even true for exams and major assignments. The professors are usually very forgiving and try the best they can to see the students do very well.
一般那些教授都会比较慷慨和大方，然后他们会就是希望你可以拿到最好，还有你能做的最好。
So an important thing might be religion to a few people. Most, if not all, the universities in Canada respect every religion. So if there is any sort of problem with that, there's no need to worry at the university.
大部分加拿大的学校都尊重每一个宗教，所以你不用担心在大学期间你的宗教会被影响。
So this would all, sorry, you good? Okay.
Yeah.
So this would include all holidays as well. So students can be exempt from class or assignments can be altered if it for any reason is hindered by religion.
跟宗教相关的节日，大学也是会考虑到的。所以，如果你因为那些 节假日而影响了你的课程、作业以及考试，那些大学都会理解的。
Okay. So I had asked one of my friends who is a Chinese university student and had come to Canada 2 questions, and so I have them here.
他曾经问过一个他来自中国的朋友，然后他就读于温莎大学，然后Mr. Dodich 问了他2个问题。
So the first question was, what are some of the main differences between a Chinese high school and the University of Windsor?
所以第一个问题问的是，高中和温莎大学你时间方面的不同。
So she said, the first thing is that the school atmosphere is very different. Students have a lot of choice in how they want to arrange their classes from day to day.
他的朋友的第一个回答就是，首先这个环境就非常的不一样，然后学生都有很多选择关于如何去安排他们的课程。
So you can choose what time you want a lot of your classes to be. So this allows you to arrange your time better if you have other responsibilities such as family or work or something else.
然后你可以有更多的机会去把你的上课时间调整得更合适你自己的时间表，因为可能会考虑到你有其他的责任，比如说你有家庭原因，或者是你有其他的工作。
So she had said it was easier to time manage the classes that she had to take because you can plan out your time accordingly.
因为不好意思，你可以去更好的规划你的时间，因为那些课程和你的时间都比较灵活。
She said a second point was that there's a much different learning style. In China, the students were very competitive, but at the university here, it encouraged a lot of collaborative work between the students.
然后就是上课的方式也是多种多样的。他说，在中国那些学生都特别竞争性，而在加拿大大学呢，大家讲究的都是团队协作，然后和其他的同学一起共同合作。
So she said it was a very nice feeling because instead of fighting each other for a high grade, all the students could work together and receive high grades, and it made it a very happy experience for her.
那是一个非常快乐并且很好的一个经历，因为他不用和别的同学一起争吵就是争抢一个很高的分数。
She said it really helped to create a positive experience for her because a lot of the assignments that she had were project oriented and the students would all come together and help each other.
然后和其他同学一起完成作业，然后期间他们会互相帮助，这个给他的朋友助长了一个非常好的经历和经验。
And then so the second question I had asked her was, what did you think of each class that you had taken, and were they different from traditional Chinese classes?
然后第二个问题，Dodich 先生问的，Dodich 先生问的就是，这些课程是否是不一样的，然后他是如何看待这些课程的，并且它和传统意义上的中国的课程有什么不一样？
She said that she really enjoyed the Canadian classes because a lot of them had asked her to think about things that she hadn't really experienced before in life.
然后他非常享受这段学习时光，因为有很多人都曾经问过他对某件事情的看法是什么，但这些事他从来没有在中国的学校经历过的。
So they required a lot of deep and serious thinking, and sometimes when collaborating with the other students, she learned a lot from them that she wouldn't have learned by herself if she was at a Chinese university.
所以加拿大大学呢，就是需要学生如何去思考，然后要思考的特别深入，然后这也给他一个非常好的经历和经验，但是这些都是很多他在中国学校都无法经历和体会的。
She said she also really enjoyed because in a lot of the university classes, they put theory into practice. And so most of the things that you were taught, you have to recreate or practice in the real world. So it got her a lot of experience that she doesn't think she'd be able to do in China.
然后他也被提供了很多机会和经验，去如何把理论知识，添加到你的现实生活中，然后去不断的锻炼和练习这个理论。
One of the things in particular, her and I were in class together, and it was on a lot of topics that she said were not covered very often in China.
然后，关于大学课程中有的主题都是，中国的课程和教育体系中不会教学生的。
And so she said it was a interesting opportunity because she could work with a local company to study this new topic, and so it was something very new to her.
然后，所以他非常感兴趣和别的公司一起去学习新的论题和话题。
And after speaking with her again, she said this kind of experience helped her get a job in China related to the field.
所以，这些好处呢和这些经验都帮助他在中国申请到了一个和他的专业领域相关的职位。
Awesome. And so everything that I've mostly been talking about so far has been specifically with the University of Windsor here.
然后他接下来会分享一下他在温莎大学的经验。
So I just wanted to give my perspective about some of the benefits about this specific university before I talk about other ones.
所以他会分享一下他对这个温莎大学自己的看法，然后在他讲述其他的大学之前，他会先讲述一下这个。
So the University of Windsor is a fairly small campus, and it's right on the edge of America as well, on the border.
然后温莎大学的校园的面积并不是很大，然后它是和美国边境是衔接的。
So this university in particular is well known for its business and law programs and the teaching education program.
所以这个温莎大学的王牌专业主要是法律，然后教育学，还有 Sorry, pardon me. I wonder what is the first program you mentioned?
Business. It's when you start up your own company and you can run it on your own. It teaches you how to do that.
所以呢，它王牌专业主要是商科，然后教育学还有法律学。
Okay, so just like other universities as well, it has many other programs. A lot of these choices, you can be very flexible, and some of the classes, if you need to, you can even take online.
然后它的课程方面是非常的灵活的，有的课程你都可以在网上学习。
So some in particular, if you wanted to do graduate programs, once you complete your degree in Canada, if the students had gone back to China, you can even continue to take classes such as graduate programs online.
就比如说，研究生项目，尽管你回到了中国，你还是可以继续学习这个，就通过网课的方式。
Okay. And then other pros to this university is compared to the rest of Canada, it's not very expensive.
然后，相较于学费来说，和其他的加拿大大学对比而言，并不是特别贵。
It's very foreign friendly. So there's a large Chinese population within Windsor, and the school accommodates very well to Chinese students.
所以这个价格方面是比较友好的。所以温莎大学是有很多来自中国的学生，包括学校的住宿条件也是非常好的。
So in particular, they have a lot of programs that exchange Chinese and Canadian culture together.
所以这有很多项目就会把中国和加拿大文化糅合在一起。
Which, after speaking to many of the Chinese students, I found they had said it made it easier for them to get jobs back in China when they returned to China.
然后他问了很多他来自中国的同学，他们都反馈说，他都比较容易对他们而言在中国找到工作。
And finally, for this university, it has very nice scenery. Excuse me, as it's alongside the Detroit River, which is a very large river.
然后在温莎大学旁边，如这个图所示，有一个很长很长的河，然后它学校周围的环境都是特别优美的。
Awesome. So, after looking at some of the other universities too, like I said, many of the programs I was talking about and the style of classes can be applied to all Canadian universities.
然后他谈到的关于加拿大大学的上课方式，基本上在加拿大这一整个国家的大学都是受用的。
So, some specific examples that I found here is the University of Toronto. It's a very prestigious school, and it's widely recognized throughout the world.
然后一个比较具体的例子，关于他谈论的是多伦多大学，然后它也是一个非常著名的学校。
By choosing this school, it would actually offer a lot of connections for future job opportunities. That'll be good.
然后它提供了很多很多机会，关于你的未来的工作，它提供了很多机会。
One in particular was I had worked at the police station. Some of the students from the University of Toronto found a job and also helped work at the police station right out of finishing school because they went to this university.
就比如说拿他开头的例子来讲，他Dodich 先生他说过他曾经在警察局工作过，然后像其他的学生都是很多其他的学生在多大毕业之后就直接到了警察局工作， 正英文，他们是多大的学生？
So a second university here is the University of Guelph. It's also not too expensive for programs, and they have a lot of activities to do if you live on campus at the university.
然后另外一个例子就是贵尔夫大学，它也会给你提供很多的机会。然后，对，就这样。
Maybe like China, a lot of universities have unique programs. One at the University of Guelph is a veterinarian program.
然后，其中一个项目就是兽医学。
Okay. So the third university is the University of British Columbia.
然后第三个大学就是 UBC。
Which they also have a very big Chinese population there. So their programs, a lot of them are focused on multicultural studies.
由于 UBC 有很多来自中国的学生，所以它很多项目都会关注那些文化的多样性。
And so a lot of the students as well come from all over the world to this university. So they have very diverse programs and are very open to promoting good relations between countries.
然后由于有很多来自世界各地的学生选择去 UBC 上学，所以这个大学也非常注重文化的多样性，然后从此也可以去将世界各国的关系联系在一起。
And then similar to the University of Windsor, this university is on an island, so it has a very nice scenic view if you want to spend time in your leisure activities.
UBC 的情况和温莎大学相似，他们都是建在一个岛上的，所以UBC 也是一个大学拥有特别好的环境和风景。
Awesome. So that's mostly it for a brief overview, but if people have any specific questions for things, I can answer it and go into a bit more detail.
然后这就是大概一个比较简要的讲述。如果大家还有问题的话，Dodich 先生也可以回答的。
So I don't know if anyone is asking a question in the chat because I can't read it, but in case they are.
Let me see.
Okay.
They are wondering about question of, University of Windsor is specialized in car manufacturing.
Oh, yes. Windsor, the city, is very specialized for car manufacturing. So there is a lot of job opportunity if that's something someone wants. But they do have an engineering program that would help in that field as well. It's I'm not too sure exactly how high rating in all of Canada it is, but many students are in the engineering program here.
温莎首先这座城市呢就以汽车制造而著名，然后也有很多学生选择去学汽车制造业。
Awesome.
And how local students value soft skills? Is it important in universities?
Softer skills like communication or things, or what? Do you know what they mean?
It's just like that you
Oh,
can apply it. Personalities like that.
okay. I would say they do view that very highly because, at least in Canada, it's good to have high education, but they do try to foster good personal skills and things like that. Because in Canada, if you do want to get a higher job, you need to be able to communicate very well and to be very friendly to other people and try to understand them better. So, especially with some of the um, social science programs, they do a lot of work to kind of foster good personality and communication skills.
所以加拿大大学呢还是非常注重软实力的，包括在一些企业也是，特别是如果你是学那个社会科学的话，你也是必须要提升这方面的能力。
Awesome. Is there any other questions?
Yeah.
Not yet? Okay. Well, if that's everything, then one final thing I'd like to say for any potential students coming, having a university degree is very important in Canada compared to other types of schools. I found many times if you're okay living in different cities in Canada, if you have a university degree, it is a lot easier for you to find a job. Canada in particular, their degrees are pretty well recognized throughout the world. So I found if I wanted to do some sort of work in Europe, it would be very easy to find a job.
拥有大学学历是一个非常非常重要的事情。然后，当然了，拥有加拿大大学学历的话，也是非常好找工作的。然后，Dodich先生他分享了一个自己的经验，就是说，如果他是一个拥有加拿大大学学历的人，然后他也非常容易能够去欧洲找工作。
Awesome.
And David is asking whether it is difficult to learn in Canadian universities.
Is it difficult to learn?
About the curriculum.
Oh, about the curriculum?
Yeah.
I don't think it's too difficult if it was like the class you're looking for. All university classes post their curriculum online, so it's very easy to find what you will be learning about. And I think a lot of Chinese students have great dedication to studying, so I don't think it's too difficult to learn.
How about those assignments and classworks?
They can be a little difficult because maybe it's a different type of learning than Chinese students are used to, but they have so many programs and things that you can ask that you have a lot of help if you do find it a little tough. You have so many options for people to help you or show you how to do things that I don't think it'd be too difficult to change over and adapt. I've seen a lot of students from like other countries come and they do very well at the university.
然后Dodich 先生说，在加拿大教育体系他并不是觉得很难，然后你可以上网，就是可能学校官网去查阅一下你每天都要干什么，因为他都会给你列一个时间表出来，就比如说你今天有这堂课，明天有另外一堂课，然后关于那些作业还有其他各种各样的课业方面的话，因为可能有的来自其他国家的同学会觉得有点难，因为他们曾经在自己的母语国家中没有经历过那些各种各样的上课形式，但是他们有很多方法和途径去寻求帮助。然后他也 见过很多来自其他国家的学生，也有在大学学的特别好的。
So the percentage of Asian students in Windsor, I don't know that off the top of my head. I would say depending on the program at the university, some programs like such as computer science, I think is about 75% Asian students, but maybe other programs like 15 to 20% Asian students. I'm not entirely sure. In the programs that I've taken, all three of them, I would say there's at least 20% Asian students in almost all of my classes.
然后他不是很确定，温莎大学的亚洲学生有多少，但是关于计算机科学方面，应该是有75%的亚洲学生，然后在他所拥有的3个学位中，至少有20%的亚洲学生，然后普遍来讲，大部分是20%到50%的样子。
Awesome. So one thing in particular from the University of Windsor, yeah, I found a lot of the things that I've learned in the classes could apply for a lot of life skills, such as one of the degrees that I had taken was focused on psychology. With that, I was able to work at a counseling center for a period of time. So a lot of the skills you learn can be used in a lot of life scenarios, which I think is very helpful, especially when you're paying for all of your classes.
你在大学中学到的很多技能，你都是可以把它们运用到生活中的。然后就比如说 Dodich 先生，他有很多关于心理学方面的技能，他也都运用到生活当中。And one question about it is easy for the student from University of Windsor to have a job after graduate.
I think so. Depending on what kind of job you want, you may have to leave Windsor and go to a bigger city such as Toronto. But I think out of all of the classmates that I've graduated with, the majority of them have found a job in under 6 months.
还是从温莎大学毕业的话，还是比较容易找工作的。当然了，他也是比较，他也决定于你是学的是哪个专业，然后什么样的工作你是想找的。然后大部分跟他一起毕业的同学都在6个月之内找到了工作。
Awesome. So if there's no more questions, I think that's everything for today.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank
All
everybody.
right, thank you, Ryan.
No problem.
好，那咱们今天的讲座就到这儿，谢谢 Ryan，谢谢 Jessica。
Okay, bye.
翻译的非常好。
Bye bye. Thank you, everybody.
Bye bye. Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you. You too.